Hey everyone, yeah, I'm gonna start now and pick up where we left off. Which was near Uhun Castle with the Imperial Army. Got about 5 castles left to conquer before the kingdom is united. So, might as well go around this way. I think we've basically pretty much done most of it. Gonna go around this way and just sweep the rest of them. And then we'll see if anything happens after you've basically conquered everything. Okay, no reason they shouldn't surrender, but they won't. Build a siege tower. That'll give the rest of the army a chance to get here. Why is morale low? We've been doing nothing but winning.
Alright.
So,
Hey all.
Hey Sam, you're here. Right,
How you doing?
I'm good, how are you? You've not missed anything. I've just gone to the first of the castles. I'm going to,
Are you putting up an eviction notice on their thing? Say, I'm taking this castle.
Yep. Well, they're down to the last 5 castles.
Here's your 5 castles. 5 souls.
One more chance to surrender. You cannot possibly win.
And are they still refusing to, surrender?
Yeah.
We will fight to the last man.
Alright, but, just thought it'd be less hassle.
Yeah, I can just imagine that, actually, with you, I can imagine it. Like, surrender. No, we will fight to the last man. Look, I respect what you're doing. I really do. But this does not end well for you. I'm just throwing it out there as a friendly thing. Before we get into the battle. Look, there is I'm sure you're a nice guy and I've enjoyed playing poker with you in the past, but we are literally going to be fighting to the death here. And I can't guarantee I won't hang you over the side of the castle at one point with a sign saying, "Look at this twat." Maybe I'm reading too much into this.
Perhaps. But, oh well.
That's a point. Maybe I'm not reading enough into it.
They're killing more than I am at the moment, but I have more men than them.
Killing them all. I want you to eat them all.
I will
Feed
eat them
the
all.
tigers.
I will eat them and delete them and render them obsolete.
Ah, yes. They'll fade away and classify themselves as obsolete.
Obsolete.
Quick, we must go to House Hardy.
House Hardy.
Well, I have started calling my house House Congrave sometimes, or Congrave Towers.
Yes.
Or Castle Congrave.
You think I didn't catch you on the security footage at Hendry Towers?
Stone cupboard. Top shelf. Sorry, Liz wanted her snacks, and I put them in a shelf to be neat and tidy. Ja, das Lupenwaffen. I don't know what I just said, but okay.
Action!
Oh, Krieger. The Doppelkriegers.
Oh, Krieger. He's one of my favourites.
Krieger is one of the best, if not the best. Just because his science has no, morals. And he's usually not making anything that nice.
Yep. Okay, I'd better get...
So what can I do for you? Just promise you won't use your powers for good. Just promise you'll use your powers for good. No.
Yeah. I'm not a serial killer.
Why did you emphasize the serial part of serial killer? And of course, when they killed the Irish Prime Minister or something, and here's how he just got rid of the body.
Yeah.
I found something. Leave it. Can I keep it? Sure. So maybe I didn't go to some specialized science academy, but maybe you should consider, if I'm supposed to be a clone of Adolf Hitler, wouldn't I look like Adolf Hitler? Oh yeah. Keep your friends close, and potential clones of Adolf Hitler even closer. You were there the day my pet Dobermans accidentally ate my father. Oh, Krieger. You should know by now that nothing is accidental. Though, to me, lately, the one joke I've been finding funny is whenever Archie was in a school or anything, it was because his mom was dating the person and it always ended the same. Sterling, we're leaving, lest this school burn to the ground. Sterling, we're leaving, lest this boot camp burn to the ground. Sterling, we're leaving. He's gay.
Good afternoon.
Guten Abend, mein Herr. Little does he know, the sword of Damocles is hanging just above his head. Then, when he least expects it... I wish I could tell you that the Monopoly man just got by, and the sisters let him be. But that's not the story. Oh yeah, I did watch the new Rick and Morty on YouTube.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet. Is it good? No spoilers, but is it good?
It's a clusterfuck.
What's Rick and Morty?
Yeah, it's a clusterfuck of an episode. It does go all over the place.
Doesn't Rick and Morty do that, though?
Things happen, and it just kind of expects you to just accept, oh yeah, the story's just moved here now, so let's just deal with it.
Haven't you
Because this
finished
one,
yet?
if
We're
you've seen the
nearly
trailer
there.
and seen the, if you've seen the Mad Max style thing, they kind of do that. They are still, however, carrying the whole Jerry being divorced thing. That is still ongoing. They haven't just decided that was just a one episode deal.
I've seen the first few seconds of it.
Well, it's okay. I mean, apparently episode 3 is going to be the Pickle Rick episode. Turn myself into a pickle, Morty. Pickle Rick.
I'm Pickle Rick.
These people are crazy backward savages. They eat the third born because they think it makes plants grow faster. Morty becoming the leader of the tree people.
If this is the last leg of the game, there's something you have to do before you finish. And what is that? They eat every third baby because they think it makes fruit grow bigger.
Oh god. That whole thing was interesting.
Yeah. Ow! Dude!
Not cool.
There can't be many of them left.
So you're gonna hunt
And that's
them.
it. We have won. The castle is ours.
Hip hip, huzzah!
Hop hop, huzzah! Why is morale low? We're winning.
Maybe they don't much like the tone of your voice.
Timothy Dalton do an impression of Timothy Dalton from Flash Gordon while storming a palace. Recent events -3. Right. Seems more food variety would be an idea. Surely you can guess it's Flash Gordon. I've not actually seen it.
Yeah, and I haven't seen it either. I've only seen the references through the Ted movies. Where the guy who played Flash Gordon is just completely insane.
Death to Ming!
Well, he's worse in Ted 2. Much worse.
Still haven't seen that.
It's on Netflix now, funnily enough.
Huh.
It's actually surprising what's on Netflix at the moment. There's actually a load of good stuff.
Ah. Alright. We've just got to sweep past them. I'm going to have a lot of villages to give out when I get back. I'll stop by that town. I'm sorry, I must be watching a broadcast of a parallel universe where nothing makes sense. Well, if you have interdimensional YouTube, it will do that. Interdimensional YouTube. See if they've got a good... King Edward. Hello, I just bought Mountain Blade Warband. Can you do a beginner tutorial for all of us if you're... A beginner tutorial? Well, it's something to think about. Depends on what you want to do. It's a very open-ended game. Honestly, even though I've more or less conquered the map, I'm not really sure I know much more than you. But I'll certainly try, if that's what people want to do.
Trying's the one thing we can do, Ollie. Either that or be trying.
Yeah. Besiege the castle. Surrender. Ugh.
So, you know what episode of American Dad I watched the other day, and I can't believe I haven't watched it in so long?
What?
That one where Roger is Mr. Vanderhill.
Ha!
Yeah, the one where Roger basically just becomes a rich guy, and Stan's the only person who doesn't realise it's him.
Yeah.
Also,
You know
tell me if this is weird. I went out to pre-order stuff yesterday for the PS4.
Yeah.
One of the things on my list was Undertale, because it's up on the store for pre-order for the 15th of this month.
Right.
Turns out they're making physical copies of it in September.
Right.
So here's what I want to ask, just as your opinion as a, just as a friend who I've known for so long. Should I wait till September and get a physical copy?
I don't think it's going to make much of a difference. Undertale's not a very long game.
Well, I know that, but you know how it is with, you and me. We both like to own a physical copy of our games.
Yeah, that's true.
And the game is not that expensive. It's not that expensive either. I mean, the digital version is only 11 quid.
Right. Yeah, I think it's worth. It's probably worth doing.
Well, I thought so, because I've heard good things.
So have I. I've played the game a little bit. I've not actually finished it, but
I also pre-ordered 2K18, but apparently I'm one of the many people who has pretty much just said, I'm not going to get the special edition because it's John Cena based.
yeah. I haven't pre-ordered a wrestling game in years.
Well, I've only pre-ordered it because in my area, it just guarantee. Sometimes they don't, because it's a small store. They don't always have the games that you want in.
Yeah, I mean, if there
so
is
it's
a
not even a whole. Well, it's not even a reason to like say get a special edition or anything. It's literally just this store doesn't always get what you want in, and sometimes the only way for the store to even get anything in is to literally have them pre-order it. I mean, all you have to do is like put a £5 thing down, and you know that's really all it is. So I don't see it as a major problem or a major loss, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because I was going to buy it anyway, and well, I might get the deluxe edition of 2K18 just to get the season pass with it, because you know I always get the season pass anyway.
Do you end up using the season pass content? Oh, I've leveled up.
Yeah, I do actually.
Because, like, do you actually play as any of their characters? Because you just make your own.
I do actually. I use some of these. I do use some of the moves and entrances and things that come with the DLC. I also do use the move pack DLC, because that's the entire point of it. Is literally to have moves, and I do sometimes use the characters. I have actually used Austin Aries and Shinsuke Nakamura quite a lot. I mean, I know they weren't part of the season pass; they were just the DLC. But I have also used the Godfather a couple of times. I do use the Godfather quite a bit for reasons.
Right.
And I have used the Fabulous Freebirds for a few matches, even though their time period clothing doesn't work because one of them is from a different era than the other ones. So yeah, I do end up using the DLC. It's just that last year they gave us the NXT DLC with it that that wasn't part of the season pass. So if you didn't have the game, you had to pay for it. If you didn't get it, if you didn't buy the NXT Special Edition. This year they're trying to coax you in with RVD and Batista as DLC and 2 versions of John Cena, which are like, no, thank you.
Right.
Like, I'm sorry, game, but it's just really not. It's you. It's not me. It's you.
Right.
It's not me. It's not you. It's me. Actually, it is you. It's everything with this. Bye. Let me get the camera open. Oh, okay. Well, it would have taken too long to get to it anyway. This thing has an annoying tendency of taking too long to load the basic things. I have to wait 3 minutes for it to load a song that's already on the SD card. Stupid. Sometimes it won't even do that. Yeah, sometimes it will just play another song instead of the one I've clicked on. Yeah.
Look at the picture accompanying the Kingdom of Nords.
Ah.
Oh.
Just a shield with a bunch of weapons and a crown. As if to feast on the succulent flesh of the failures.
Castle, castle, castle. Yeah, 3 castles left. 1, 2, 3. Alright, let's sweep around and take them, shall we?
You're hunting women and children effectively.
Well, they're more than welcome to surrender. It's not my fault if they don't.
I am aware of this, Ollie. I'm aware they had their chance.
Yep. Siege tower.
Okay, we'll kill these guys and see what they want. One of them is trying to say something. I think he's saying, kiss me, smart-ass motherfucker.
Doesn't broaden my knowledge of wounds and injury. I can't complain about that, but I think right now that service in this company is holding me back. I have a duty to share my findings with other surgeons, and can I persuade you? Yeah, no, you're not leaving, mate. Just wait for the next 3 castles to be ours, and then I won't need you.
Yeah, I think that the reason you'll never take over the full kingdoms is because too many people will leave.
Well, I've not nearly taken over the full kingdom, and then it doesn't matter if people leave.
But if they go off and form their own little bands...
Well, I'll crush them the way I crushed all of the other kingdoms, which were at one point bigger than me.
So basically, you're willing to just, you know, go to war with everyone until literally you're the only one alive.
Well, that's basically what I've been doing.
Well, can't wait till it's just you and there's a bunch of skeletons and you're just, like, talking to them as if they're people.
Oh, 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 oh.
This is going to be an asinine question because you guys are so used to knowing what's going on, but are these all like NPC computer
Yes.
soldiers, or is it like an MMO?
I literally just answered the question, you just continued.
Sam, don't be a dick.
What?
Sam, don't be a dick.
Okay. I'm sorry for being a dick, Liz. I don't care.
What?
She said, I forgive you, and I don't care.
Lovely, isn't he, ladies and gentlemen?
I love her, really. My mom's been poisoning me with her bad cooking for years. What can you do that's worse? Ha! Cyanide? You mean bitch milk?
You're lucky you're cute, otherwise you would still be getting that.
He's used to pure sulfuric acid in my chicken nuggets. And that was just high school.
How do you like the acid bath?
Don't fucking start. You've never even played that fucking game.
No, I haven't. But I've seen that cutscene. When
Yeah, the thing is, it's the third part of a series, and it has nothing to do with the rest of the series. At all. It's Clock Tower 3, which technically it's actually Clock Tower 4, because the first one was only released in Japan, and then they released the second one over in the West, and then just called it Clock Tower 1, and continued the numbering on from there. But never at any point was there a paranormal man that beats up a blind old woman and her son, and then throws them into an acid bath. Called the Corroder.
He sprays acid in their face first from his shower head.
Yeah, it's just though. It's just yeah. Well, Ollie, it's just like it just seems so random. It's just a whole thing. It's like trying to do Emmerdale, and then just in the middle of a heartwarming scene, the director suddenly has like an aneurysm in his brain, and then runs on and starts beating up the casks because he doesn't like it. Yeah, it's like the director of Emmerdale suddenly became insane, and they just didn't turn off the cameras and watch him commit an actual murder.
Yeah. When it's your head, they want...
playing happy families. Let's see how you like the acid bath.
You know you're gonna live forever if everybody wants you dead.
So, Ollie, why did you look for that scene, or how did you come across it?
Jimquisition.
Oh, for fuck's sake, of course, I should have fucking known. Jim Sterling, the wannabe, the combination of Jim Cornette and Marty fucking Skrull. Because he's fat, he has a very loud accent, he wears a suit, and he also wears a Plague Doctor mask sometimes. Just like Jim Cornette and Marty Skrull.
He's the greatest showman in games media.
According to him. And who's to argue?
Yeah.
To be fair, Jim picks safe targets. That's why he does as well as he does.
Well, he's got no reason to pick any other targets.
Well, exactly. I'm not saying it is a bad thing. It was on this comparison thing of why Jim Sterling is making just under 10,000 a month and why Bob is only making less than 2,000. Saying that
actually he's coming up on 4,000.
Well, it's a step up, but Jim is still doing better. So the reason is that Jim is actually doing. I was saying this. Said the reason that they've done well since they left The Escapist.
Yeah.
They said the reason is that Jim picks easy targets, but they're also targets that matter, or are worth doing. Like how he took down Microsoft for the whole during that whole. Remember that E3 when Sony pretty much didn't have to do anything.
Yeah.
Basically, that saying Jim picked the right. He picks the right target.
Yeah.
Which was that Microsoft were being dicks, but he does also go after Sony like he did this week when they put failed Steam games up on the PlayStation Store.
Yeah.
Which I was horrified to see actually was a thing, but there we go.
Did you see that Life of Black Tiger screenshot?
Yes. Also, I've got to support Jim completely with his whole digital homicide video thing. I loved it.
Yeah.
My favourite part is always, while they blamed me for pretty much ruining their lives for a year, here's what I was doing during that year. I invented that copyright thing to stop YouTube's bullshit policy. Invented Steam Clean Light. Which, who doesn't love the Plague Doctor?
Yeah, the Steam Cleaner!
Yes, I have I have a mask as well, but not for that reason. I just did it to support Marty Skrull. He's growing on me. I watched the Scottish qualifiers for What Culture, and I watched him versus Matt Riddle and Will Ospreay.
Yeah.
And it was a very good match. And he plays like the pantomime villain very well.
Yeah.
And now he's a member of Bullet Club because, of course, he is.
Yeah. SmackDown was very good this week.
Yeah, also, Enzo Amore might be gone faster than you think.
Really?
He's got backstage heat with literally everybody because he's a fucking prick, apparently. Roman Reigns threw him off a bus.
You know what? I believe it.
Well, apparently he was mouthy backstage and something happened on a tour bus and Roman just threw him off the bus at one point and told him he couldn't come back on.
Right.
Granted, I don't think that Roman's been in the company long enough to be to be a locker room leader and do those things, but if no one stopped him, I can completely support it. Because usually it's the veterans that do this shit. And apparently, another one was that he went to a strip club where he was basically bragging about how he can get away with anything in WWE and that he's rich and famous. And the thing was that the stripper he was talking to was a wrestling fan who said, okay, if you're rich and famous, then how come I've never heard of you?
Right.
Then he got angry, he threw money at her and then said he smoked weed. He then rolled up a joint, bragged about how he could smoke weed and get away with it because all he has to do is pay the $2,500 fine. And then he can just get away with it. And that got him booted out of a strip club, so that's a thing. Also, the company doesn't have much faith in what to do with him after Cass.
Right. Well, he is less than 7 feet tall.
Well, it's not just that. It's the fact that Cass is only being pushed because of his looks, and that's it. So he's going to fail eventually.
Yeah.
They are eventually going to find out he can't talk, he can't wrestle, he can't really do anything. So they will eventually just push him down the card and let him go.
He's not that bad a wrestler.
He's he's not as bad as the Great Khali, granted, but he's not that good either. He's not impressive enough to have long lastability.
Yeah.
I mean, I've noticed that they have started moving the camera so it doesn't say big ass.
Yeah.
Big ass.
Okay.
Remember when Prince Nana kept telling Abyss to murder people?
Kill him a bit.
Kill her, Abyss. Kill her.
Alright,
Ring of
2
Honor.
left.
Also, I did what they have finally replaced Drew McIntyre in the Wrestling World Cup.
Really?
Well, since he's gone to WWE, that means they've had to remove him from the What Culture Pro Cup. Well, the World Cup. So they've replaced him with Kenny Williams, who did lose his qualifying match to Joe Coffey.
But he did a really good job.
Yeah. So he joins Joe Coffey in the tournament
Ah.
I'm really loving the Prestige lately, even if they have got El Ligero in with them.
I've fallen a bit behind.
What with What Culture?
Yeah.
All you've really missed is that Gabriel Kidd is the internet champion still.
Yeah, I knew that.
Prospect have split up.
Oh, have they?
Oh yeah, they split up. Basically, in the year of tag teams splitting up, yeah, they split up and one turned heel. I can't remember which one. They did this whole thing where they said, look, if we fail to win the tag team titles off of the Swords of Essex, then we will just quit. We will just split up. It will be the end of the Prospect. They lost. They did a whole thing and they teased like that one of them was going to turn on the other. It didn't happen. Then he actually came out afterwards and then actually did turn on him. The Prestige had a thing with Matt Stryker for a bit, but now they're kind of in a rivalry with Martin Kirby.
Right.
Or they were, which ended up with El Ligero joining the Prestige against him. So now the Prestige is 5 members.
Right.
Well, currently it's still Joe Hendry's still a leader and he's still the #1 contender. Well, he's still the world champion and he's still the leader.
Yeah.
He did defend the title against Rampage, I think.
Ah.
I think it was either Rampage or Primate, whoever won the hardcore title.
Right.
And he defended it during the German part of the World Cup, of which Joe only retained via DQ.
Right.
Also, John Morrison's gone to TNA. Well, what's left of TNA.
Global Force Wrestling.
Yeah, with his new fiancée, so that's the thing. So he's not taking Melina, so he shouldn't have the same problems he had before.
Surrender? Why don't you want to surrender? Fine, I'll build a siege tower and take it. They just insist on making more work for me.
They do. So selfish bastards.
It's only this castle and then one more. The only thing that stands between us and total victory.
This castle and another one.
One more chance to surrender. He didn't take it.
He had his chance, Ollie. Gentlemen, we will have war.
Gentlemen!
I have made love to this machine, and in hindsight, I ask myself why.
Ah, see Martin Croker. He will be missed.
Do, 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 do. Dr. Weird.
Yes. You gave them the chance, but they have elected the way of pain.
The way of the warrior. And what do you see in this picture? Warrior. And this one, warrior.
You're seriously telling me that looks like Jim Hellwick?
Jim Hellwick. They made their choice, Ollie. Now they must suffer for it, in pain.
Yep.
So let us lay them on their bed of nails.
Let me put you up a new bed of nails. Jorgen von Strangle.
Oh, you will only be allowed to make fun wishes of death.
Huh. Oh wait,
well, with Loaded coming up, you should be able to catch up with a few storylines at least.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Jack,
So
if you're still watching, WCPW Loaded is coming back.
Huzzah! I don't know the circumstances why they're coming, what happened, whether there was a change in YouTube's policy or what.
Apparently there wasn't, but maybe they've just got enough subscribers on Extra.
Maybe.
That they can afford it.
Here's hoping.
Like, because they can still afford to do special events like the World Cup.
Yeah. I don't know. All I remember is while it was going on, I remember I told you about that grapple vision stuff. I don't know much about it, to be honest. But they seem to have this massive issue against what culture? In general.
What, YouTube?
Oh, this group called Grapple Vision. They're a wrestling show on YouTube. They Yeah, I remember you messaged me at one point asking me if they were American.
Yeah.
Well, they actually did this really shitty review of the Fight Back show.
Right.
Of which they didn't really get anywhere further than they didn't get into any of the matches. They just spent the entire time ripping Adam Blompier down for his intro speech.
Right.
Saying that What Culture was warned that this would happen, and this was happening to wrestling channels. They chose to do nothing because it didn't affect them to begin with. Now it started to affect them. They're actually doing something. Then spent the entire time making fun of them for doing the show, calling them social justice wrestling, and then making fun of them for not having enough fans in the audience. And none of their fans wearing any of their t-shirts, which, if you actually watch, there are fans actually wearing t-shirts of something that What Culture does produce. They then made it an issue that they didn't have enough black people on their roster.
And they
that was one of their major gripes.
And they said that they accused them of being social justice wrestling.
Yes, I know. They mocked him for the speech he was doing at the beginning. You remember the one where he said that
yeah, I
please
remember.
don't do hate speech. because hate speech is what got us in trouble to begin with. You didn't do any hate speech. There was no hate speech. It was just people saying fuck.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, Grapplevision isn't really... It's good. It was good for its whole ripping apart of Jeff Jarrett. That's the only time I enjoyed it, was when they were ripping apart Jeff Jarrett for his GFW thing originally because it was a Ponzi scheme.
Do they happen to be as big as What Culture?
Probably not. I don't know how many subscribers Grapplevision has.
Because, you know, TNA were never afraid of mentioning WWE, were they?
Well, they mocked the guests that WCPW has on its shows, and when they were comparing the things, I was like, that's not even a fucking comparison. They have had Kurt Angle, John Morrison, Alberto Del Rio, Rey Mysterio. They've had actual people who have been, you know, big stars in wrestling. And they're going, well, we've had Don Tony and all this on it. No one knows who the fuck Don Tony is.
I know who Don Tony is.
We basically only know a little bit about who he is. All I remember, but in terms of what he's actually done in the wrestling business, he hasn't really done much other than he did a few things for ECW in the past and some things for XPW, but he's had nothing to do with wrestling to begin with, you know, the wrestling business since the early 90s, and he wasn't really that influential. But, you know, he's not a star, you know, like a major star like Kurt Angle or Alberto Del Rio or Drew McIntyre. He's an internet personality at best.
Yeah.
And honestly, What Culture to me is like one of the alternatives to WWE at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not. You're never going to get a WCW at this point. That's not going to happen. And that's the thing. People say, well, there's no alternative to WWE. People say there's no alternative to WWE anymore, and they're like, well, that's the thing, Ollie. There's plenty of different variants. There's different things to go on. If you don't like WWE, there's always ICW, WCPW. I mean, if you want to go with, you know, Global Force, then by all means.
But then there's New Japan.
New Japan's actually making a grab, and at this point, if it becomes bigger in the West, I actually do see it causing a threat to WWE, because WWE is now focusing on its internet market, you know, with a network.
Yeah.
And since New Japan's getting its own network, well, it already has one in Japan and one in the States, so it might make it to the UK at some point.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Then it is entirely possible that they could just take WWE's audience if that audience decides to go, you know, fuck it.
Yeah, because wrestling's an exhausting thing to be a fan of. Like, there's so much of it.
There is now, especially. There's an oversaturation. Especially with WWE, where there's something on literally every day, and the network doesn't help.
I mean, too much content isn't a bad problem to have, but it's still a problem.
It is. Though I did chuckle a little bit to myself when I saw that one Cena fan in the audience on SmackDown looking upset because Cena had lost clean. Oh, it was a joy to watch the dreams crushed.
Yeah. You know what? I'll decide later. Alright. One more. I think it's one more anyway. Let's have a look at the Kingdom of Nords. It's not much of a kingdom. Yeah,
Everyone in this kingdom is now an enemy of the Republic.
Yep, that castle there is the only thing that is between us and total victory. You know, when I started this game as the sellsword son of a merchant, I didn't really know what I was going to do.
Ah, if only Papa could see you now.
And I now own basically everything.
I own your planet. I own this planet. In
Actually.
fact, fuck this planet.
I don't know how he says the thing. Freeze, you bloody bastards! The king. 18 hours for the siege tower.
Well done, your lashings will be less severe.
Then the
Oh, God,
Freeze.
I miss Wade Barrett. I'll be right back. I'm just going to grab something to eat.
Okay. Surrender. Then die. Yeah. If he's got later remind me to show you that clip. Okay. How about beginning? Just basic things, what you can show. I'll see what I can do. Since it looks like I'm near the end game anyway.
Right, I'm back.
Okay. We're just...
I don't know why, but I've just had
Siege
this vision of you taking over. So, and you just doing, and you doing the whole M. Bison thing where you have like Mag dollars.
Okay, I'll read the guide. Freeze! You bloody bastards!
The day that M. Bison graced your village was the most important day of your life. For me, it's Tuesday.
Kill them. Spare no one.
I was BRB, so how about a beginner guild? I don't know, just basic things you can show us.
Yeah, I said I'd see what I could do.
Okay, I will wait the guide. I know it's Thursday. It's not the point.
Hi, how are you doing? Oh, crap. Run.
Alu Akbar War.
Oh, god damn it. Build a siege tower.
Where's your messiah now, Ollie?
Okay, they managed to beat me back once. But this is the last castle on the map. They've got nowhere to run.
Except the sewers.
Except the sewers. Surrender.
It'd just be a piss if you took over. and you won, and suddenly all of your men turned on you, and then all the ones with castles suddenly went, yeah, we're joining that empire. Actually, that's the thing. Are you actually going to make this into an empire?
Well, thought I already did.
Yeah, well, remember the last empire that was still at war while still an empire.
The day the Magna graced your castle was the most important day of your life, because he died that day. Everything alright, Sam?
Everything's fine. Liz is just hearing things a little bit louder than she should be. It's an auditory thing she's having. So she's hearing me eat a little bit louder than she should, and it's hurting her ears.
Ah.
Yeah, she doesn't like the sound of other people eating.
Right.
Makes her a wee bit sick. Sorry, hon. No one's near as bad as your dad. And no one's as worse as my dad.
Kill them all!
Soon, I, John Goodman, will eat the world. And it turns out that, you know how whenever Family Guy did one of those things, Joe was always the one being punished in some way whenever they did sorry. He's been replaced now. Brian is the de facto punished one.
Really?
In the Of Mice and Men parody they did, he got his neck broken by Chris, just for the sake of it.
Right.
And then in the next bit, the Tom Sawyer one, he got gutted while he was a pig for no reason. I'm gonna climb into your pen and cut you up because I need your blood. Oh come on! I got killed in the last one. He just cuts him and then swings him around by his intestines and then throws him against the wall. Goes, I don't even remember why I needed the blood. Oh, and apparently Peter and Cleveland can concentrate and change their skin pigmentation.
Really?
Something about their wives not being allowed to see them together, so they're quick skin pigmentation. So Cleveland became white and Peter became black.
Why are their wives not allowed to see them together?
I don't know, something about Cleveland's wife having issues with Lois.
Right.
So, Ollie, since you're going to be the emperor of this new empire, are you going to do the whole Emperor Nero thing?
What, and burn it?
Burn it and just not give up your power?
Pretty much.
Okay. I just want to make sure I know what's the most likely way for your empire to fall.
Kill them. Spare no one. Okay, looks like we've won.
Hooray! Oh yes, I found a good live. Good. Good. Seems Ollie that your stream is just what someone wanted.
Cool.
And in the end, isn't that what we all want? Kind of.
You know what? You can have it.
You can have the castle.
And
No, you're not going to need it where you're going.
And everything is mine.
This is mine. This is mine. All of this is mine.
I don't remember.
Except for that bit. Don't want that bit.
We don't need all our forces here anymore. Everyone can go home. And now
you're sending everyone home?
Yeah, well, we've conquered everything.
But what if something happens? Like, you're like, now this war is over, I can just sit back here and finish this sentence uninterrupted.
So what do you do now? Well, first I'm going to go back to my capital and give out the unclaimed territory. Then wait for the Kingdom of Nords to be officially declared extinct. Then I
Don't
think
you
we're
mean
done.
obsolete?
Yeah.
I'm a simple man. All I want is my little home in the country. My rustic hunting lodge.
Lord has renounced his allegiance to the Kingdom of Nords and joined the Magnac Empire. Well, there's nothing left.
That will always be the dream.
Lady Clethel has renounced her allegiance to the Kingdom of Nords and joined the Magnac Empire. Yeah, the lords are all defecting to me now.
Soon you won't need to go to war. They'll all have just joined you.
Well, the war's over. They've got nothing to fight with.
Well then. Now the only thing to do is split your army into two and make them fight. Gladiator mice.
Ha 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 ha!
Yes, fight, fight. You have nothing and I have everything. Remember when Peter tried that again with the... I think he tried it with the ants. And then Lois comes out and he's covered in... He's had his throat slit.
Yeah.
Peter, I told you not to play God.
You can play some mods. Unfortunately, the PS4 version doesn't have mods.
Yeah, that's the only major downside.
I'm buying everyone in my capital wine. They like me a bit more now. I'm not interested in claim holders to the throne. I'm the only king with no claim to any throne, and I've just taken all of it.
Yeah, legally you own nothing, but that's not going to stop you.
I didn't seize these kingdoms because I had a right to them.
You took them because you could.
Yeah. Lord Monade. Welcome back, my friend.
A flagon of ale.
Yeah, oh, hold on. Manage the garrison. I'll just put... one of the knights back. Go back to the castle.
Somalian pirates, we...
You know what? Manage the garrison. I'm just gonna put a load of these back. Tavern. Tavern, where are you? Welcome back, my friend.
By Vectron's knees.
Right. It doesn't matter that they don't like me. It's not as if they can defect.
Yeah, I mean, where are they going to go? Detroit?
Hello. How we doing? Now if I just wait here for some time, until it says the Kingdom of Nords is no more, or something. Whatever it is. Faction eliminated. Kingdom of Nords is no more. Coreldia conquered by one kingdom. Trophy earned.
One
the Golden
kingdom
Throne.
under Magnag.
Magnag Empire has defeated all rivals and stands as the sole kingdom.
Fine, I'll do it. Bahudore.
No! None of that! Shame on you!
Hooray for the violent savior!
Okay. Right. Well, I'm king now.
What a dreadful bore that must be.
This is now the capital.
This is now. We shall build our castle here, right where this man is used to stand. The implication being you stabbed a guy.
I wonder if I could change my title to Emperor.
Why don't you just give yourself a new title? The Grand Poobah. Emperor Magnag. Poobah Magnag. Supreme
Emperor
Ruler Magnag.
Supreme Leader.
Honorable Leader.
Emperor Magnag is the ruler of the Magnag Empire. Discerned sons
Oh,
and it
God.
has been defeated.
Are you going to Kim Jong-il this place?
The kingdom of Vegas has been defeated. Has been defeated. Has been defeated. Has been defeated. Has been defeated.
Why do you sound so bored?
Oh, what do we do now?
Oh, you did this.
Right, board, burn it all.
Yeah, that's right, Ollie. Rick your way out of this.
The grand exalted Nidalin Popo. Right, I'll tell you what. I'll save as. I think we'll call that a game, shall we?
It's only been an hour and 20 minutes.
Well, we didn't have much left to do. But,
That's true.
I think now what you do is take an action. Retire from adventuring.
And so he went. Ollie went to rule his kingdom of, just sitting on his ass.
Yeah. Doesn't last long, but you manage to put together enough to buy some land near the village. There you become a free farmer and you say, what? You've retired at level 32. Now you are the best king from the kingdom.
What a retirement, Ollie.
Go back to the adventuring.
You can't go back to the adventuring. Think of the children. I can't help it, Maureen. It speaks to me. Sorry, I don't know where that came from.
Then he got bored and swan dived into an active volcano. Right, yeah. Guess that's it. There are no mods to add more game content. I don't know what else to do.
I think we're done. We've done everything there is to do.
We've united the land. By right of conquest, but still.
Hey, how you did it is not going to be what's remembered.
When the war is won and everything's at peace, do we really think they're going to wring their hands over how we did it? Guide, no. Yeah, perhaps I'll think about that. So how many kingdoms was that? Let's see. Factions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 kingdoms!
7 souls to rule them all.
I've united the 7 kingdoms by right of conquest.
The sexiest way there is.
It's true. Now, I'm like this game's version of Rhaegar Targaryen. He didn't seize the 7 kingdoms because he had a right to them. He had no right to them. He seized them because he could. Yeah. All right. Anyway, I think we're done. We hope you've enjoyed this.
Finished.
Yeah. So, Sam, your thoughts on this game now that we've finished it?
It's fun. It's not something I do. It was fun going through this little journey with you and imagining the various ways we could Vlad the Impaler our way through people. But, you know, our journey has come to an end. Our wife is now old, and our kid and Rolf is now off to suddenly make TV shows in Australia. Time is done.
Hi, Wildling 05. I'm afraid you're just coming in at the end. There isn't much left to do. We've just finished conquering the map. So, I hope you enjoyed the stream, and we will see you. What shall we play next, Sam? Oh, I've got it. Alright, well, we'll see you for some more fun times. Till then, this has been Mountain Blade Warband. Bye.